Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to today's video where we'll be fixing the first problem on our Supra. So I don't know if you guys seen the last video, but we have mentioned in the last video that we have a very bad power steering leak. As you can see here on the floor, just ATF fluid everywhere, and that's why we really haven't been driving the Supra much, because Nick wants to get that all sorted 100% before he starts taking it on the street. So now what Nick has gone ahead and purchased is he has gone ahead and purchased a reconditioned GTE power steering pump, as you can see there, genuine Toyota, also with a genuine GTE reservoir. So the problem we're having at the moment is trying to figure out where we're going to bolt up the power steering reservoir. Now we're just playing with this remote power steering type thing that's really useless because it's making it leak everywhere. So we just don't know where to mount it. We're thinking up there, but the intake manifold's in the way. So we'll figure it out along the way. Actually, before I go ahead and start taking the power steering pump off, let me just show you guys exactly the annoying noise it's making. Well, that was a fail. Haven't started this thing in weeks, and what do you know, the battery's already dead. So what I'll do, I'll just put a clip from the last video of the noises that the power steering pump was making, the awful noises. Not a good noise at all, guys. Definitely need that sorted. Guys, so basically what you saw me doing now is ripping out the old pump, which is here. I don't know what sort of magician made this.
It wasn't us.
It was not us.
It was not us.
So this is the Rico pump that Nick's gone ahead and purchased. It's basically a GTE pump.
Well, they're all the same, the 1J, 2J pumps. The only difference is it has the GTE flange.
Yep, so it's got the GTE flange here on the top, which allows us to put a remote reservoir, and this is a genuine remote reservoir. So you'll see how we're going to install that now. Hopefully that works. And here's the old reservoir that must have caused all our leak. Guys, I don't know again what that is, what that sorcery is, but it was not us that done that.
It was not us, we promise.
So that's where the pump goes in there, and here is a high pressure line which goes to the rack. Make sure when you're taking that out that it also comes with this bolt, and washer, make sure you put this back on before you reinstall the new pump. And now I'm going to go ahead and reinstall the new pump, and I'll put it back on the time lapse so you guys can see me putting that back on. Alright guys, so it's currently the next day. I had to go to the shop because I ran out of some hoses and ran into some problems with the power steering. So what we're up to at the moment is, so the power steering pump is all bolted on, what you guys saw in the time lapse just before. And now we're trying to figure out where we're going to mount the reservoir. So we've come with this remote solution, and we've made a bracket here to bolt it there. We've tested the clearance underneath the hood, and it all fits on perfect.
Look
So
how cool this bracket is. So we're going to paint it, don't worry. But it's just made out of aluminium, shaped to fit the contour of the pump. Just put it on the pump with a hose clamp. Gonna bolt it right there, and then the part which took us so freaking long is this bad boy over here. So that's the remote flange. So originally what happens is, when it's mounted in the original position, right, it's sitting there, and that's basically impossible for us with our plasma man throttle body to get a hose on it. So what we've done is we've cut 2 slits in it, there and there, which would let us mount it right here in another original bolt position which has nothing attached to it. So we'll just put a washer, we'll mount it right there, and then we can just run our hose up here along the fuel rail, obviously cable tie it to the fuel rail, and then shoot across to the power steering reservoir. And because the reservoir is higher than the pump, gravity says we're all good. So let's see what happens. Alright, so everything's all bolted up. Hoses are all routed to the reservoir, which we've bolted up right there with our special made bracket. Now let's start the car, bleed the system, and hopefully we don't hear that ugly power steering squeal again. So we'll start by filling up Dextron ATF fluid in the reservoir. So first round we're going to fill it up all the way to the top, because as soon as we start the car, because we've flushed the power steering system, it's going to take it all in straight away, and then we've just got to top it up once it's in there. Okay, first start.
nicely. We're just waiting till the car bleeds itself. It's gonna take a while to bleed itself.
Our catch can lines all done, so I'll show you what we've got so far. So what I've done is I've gone down to our good friends down at Earl's Fittings in Smithfield, and I purchased 2 of these 10AN 30 degree fittings, and obviously you guys saw the radium fittings in the last episode. So I got the 2 30 degrees and I got the 2 straight fittings. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure the distance I need to cut for the catch can line. I'll cut it up and then I will film it once we are making the lines up. We finally finished the 2 things that we had to do so we can get the Supra on the road, basically, minus the gearbox. So what we've done is we've mounted the new power steering pump, the flange and the reservoir, and I'll show you guys how we did that. So as you can see right here, that is a refurb power steering pump, reconditioned, sorry, with the stock turbo flange. Now the flange position, which was here, was hitting the throttle body. So what we did was we mounted it to this other screw right here. We put a big washer on it, and that is really, really nice and secure. Don't worry, it does clear the throttle body. So then we just run that cable, or through that hose, should I say, right through here and into our power steering reservoir. So we've just got some high temperature transmission hose. 5/8 transmission hose, and
that's actually the stock GTE reservoir.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So what we've done is, I know we ruined the the GTE reservoir, but what we've done is we've actually trimmed all the stock mounting positions, because this reservoir is supposed to be mounted here on the strut tower in these 2 bolts here, which is again too close to the intake manifold, so we couldn't fit it there. So what we've come up with a little bracket here that we've made, and it's very secure. You can see I'm putting a lot of force on there.
Just aluminium. Don't worry, we're gonna paint it, guys.
We're gonna paint it. It's just
we're gonna paint a lot of stuff in this engine bay very soon. We'll do a whole episode on that.
Yeah.
But just for now, just to get the car on the road.
It clears the hood, which is what the main thing we wanted, and also the reservoir is always supposed to be higher than the pump, which is also achieved from this way that we've mounted it, which we're super excited about.
Now the second thing, which is super exciting, is we've finally done the catch can. So what I've gone ahead and done is, as I've showed you before, I got 2 30 degree 10AN fittings, and then I got just that's obviously the radium fitting, the push-ins. Then I got 2 straight 10AN fittings. We had some braided hose lying around, and just basically measured, made our hoses up. And have a look at that, we've got a catch can now. Obviously here is where the breather's supposed to go. So what we're going to do is, when we make the air box for the turbo, for the intake, we're going to put a fitting that goes into the air box. So that'll be all nice and neat, but for now we're just going to leave it like that, and that is no problem whatsoever. So yeah guys, we're finally getting there. The car's finally looking awesome. As I said, we're going to paint some stuff. We've still got that transmission to go in the 56 Magnum. But we are almost there, guys. Well, we're at a position where the car can finally go on the road. I took it for a drive just before. We just filled up a full tank of E85. 65 litres, I think I filled up, 60 or 65 litres. It feels so good to be able to get the car back on the road. We're going to do a lot of driving.
Pretty much all the main problem, apart from that gearbox, obviously, as Nick's mentioned.
Well, it's not a problem at the moment. W58's doing just fine, but we haven't really pushed it past 5 pounds of boost, to be honest, because we're a bit scared.
So that main massive leak that was underneath the car is no longer there.
Yeah.
Let me just get the torch out and show you guys.
So there we go, guys. No more leaks.
The floor is all clean. No
Yeah,
more
before
power steering.
every morning I used to come to have a look at the car. I used to look down and there used to be freaking leaks everywhere.
Big puddle of power steering.
Big puddle
right now.
of ATF. But
So now we've fixed that problem, which is awesome. Now we can start taking the car on drives and we'll bring out so much more content to you guys.
hope you guys are so excited. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Follow our new Instagram page, which is automotivated_. We'd really appreciate the support there. We've started that page up, hoping to gain some traction. So yeah, guys, we're really looking forward to growing the channel and seeing everything's gonna go. Thank you so much.
Also uploading some sneak peeks onto that Instagram page, guys.
Yeah. So heaps of sneak peeks as to what's coming. So please give it a follow if you can. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike if you didn't like it.
Any other mods you guys want to see on our Supra, be sure to leave us a comment below. Let us know what else you want us to do to the Supra. I know there's really not much left to do, but come on guys, when it comes to modifying, the list will never stop.
Stuff to do. There's always, we're gonna have suspension stuff coming soon. Gonna take the car to get wheel aligned. We're gonna maybe even some body work happening soon. We've got that lip. I'm not sure if we showed you guys a couple episodes ago. We've got that front lip that's going on really soon.
Yeah. So guys, there's a lot more stuff coming, but if there is something we've missed and you really want us to put on the Supra, yeah, just give us a comment down below and we'll be sure to look it up and get that sorted. So guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys liked this episode, and trust me, you're going to want to stay tuned for the next one. Peace out, and we'll catch you then.